How's everyone doing? The last thing I need is a microphone. I'm loud enough, so you don't need to hear me breathing into it. Okay, so by a show of hands, where are my boomers at? Where's my boomer generation? Perfect. Gen X, let me see ya. Okay. Oh, Andy, you're older than I thought. You look good, man. What's your skincare routine? All right, where are my millennials? That's me. Now we're talking. Do we have any Zoomers in here? Gen Z. Oh, there it is. I knew you'd be one. There you go. Perfect. Okay. So, in spite of all that, regardless of the number of decades that are attached to our ages, social media is absolutely something that is so prevalent in today's society, right? Good, bad, right, wrong, or indifferent. It is a quote unquote necessary evil in today's business environment. We don't have to be in love with it, but we have to understand it's just as important as sales, as marketing, as presentation, as the ability for us to be able to showcase what it is that we do, because everything that we do is derived by attention. We're inundated constantly with what we would consider digital billboards, right? You're going out there and you're constantly being marketed to. Come buy my widget, visit me at this place, come check this out, 10% off, this, that, and everything else. Sometimes we lose the concept of what resonates. So we stay in there and our social media is just, hi, okay, great. That doesn't resonate with you. If I just stand in front of Lori, I'm like, "Hi, Lori. How you doing?" "Great. Thank you. I like your jacket too." What does that do for your business? It doesn't personalize anything. It doesn't engage. And engagement is the secret sauce that makes social media work when you're doing it correctly. So we're going to talk about a lot of stuff today. I'm going to crank through this. There's so much information here. Trying to distill 2 to 3 hours worth of content into about 15, 20 minutes is going to be a challenge, but I like a challenge. So that's why we're here. I am Johnny B. Good, the flip flop agent. I am a techno futurist. I believe that technology will bring us into the 21st century and improve our lives in every aspect. I love social media. I love artificial intelligence. I love the hardware side, all of it. All of it is amazing when you understand it's not scary, it's just new. You have to be open to learning new things. Sales and marketing consultant, AI implementation, and I love podcasting. Travis, it's our jam, right? Okay. We're 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 pretty okay. We're pretty okay. All right. So before we get into the ugly truth, I'm going to roll through real quickly 10 statistics as it relates to social media engagement. 74% of consumers rely on social media to guide their purchasing decisions. That seem like a big number? It's a huge number. 74%, three-quarters of the people you talk with, when they come into your business, they call you, they engage with you online, they are absolutely researching you. 100%. My Zoomers, I know my Zoomers are always checking businesses out. We're looking for reviews. They're looking to figure out, are they even active on social media? That's huge. Number two, 93% of small businesses admit they struggle with creating consistent content. Show of hands, who struggles with creating consistent social content? If your hand's not up, you're a liar. You lie. Lie, lie, lie. Number three, posts with videos get up to 48% more views than those with only images and text. We're going to talk about that. Video is the new normal. Images, they're fine. Text, it's fine. But if we were to sit here in silence for 10 seconds when you're on social media, that is 20 times longer than you have to hook somebody's attention. You have legitimately zero point 0.5 seconds to get somebody to engage with you online. You got to have a hook. Videos help because all of a sudden, oh, there's action on my screen, not just a picture. Oh, look, I pulled an Easter Canva template. Come buy my stuff. Great. But it's not going to resonate. It's not going to resonate. But a video, somebody says, "Oh, what's that moron doing? He's actually talking to me, looking at me in the camera." All right, here we go. So number four, brands that show personality and authenticity see 76% more user trust and loyalty. 76%. You have to get your business out there. You got to say, "Hey, here I am." But not just say, "Hey, here I am, come buy my stuff." I'm a real human being. Like, sure, Randy, you can talk about heating and cooling till you're blue in the face. But at the end of the day, you're still a human being. Maybe you watch sports. Maybe you like going fishing. Maybe you have whatever those hobbies are. It's okay to talk about those. Be human in how you're showcasing your business because the human factor is what we all gravitate towards. Sure, if I'm just looking for the best deal, sure, maybe I can go get it on Amazon. But I don't necessarily want the best deal. Maybe I'm willing to pay a little bit more or pay that premium to walk into a local establishment and really engage with them. Okay. Consistency beats frequency. Accounts that post 2 to 3 times a week consistently outperform those that post sporadically, even if they post more. So if you got spring fever and it's April and oh my God, I'm going to post 50 times this month. Well, that's great. But what if you drop off for May, June, and July? You started off really strong and really good. So I would rather have you post 2 to 3 times a week consistently. Say, listen, this is so crazy. I can't focus on this nonstop, but I can poke it or I can post Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's a start. Consistency breeds exposure, which is where your brands can be like the forefront. Somebody sees something with Lori Tallman. Somebody sees something with Ryan over at Las Vegas Nights. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, it doesn't have to be every single day. It doesn't have to be 2, 3 times a day, but consistency will always beat out volume. Okay. 71% of small businesses say social media is important, but only 42% have an actual strategy. Business owners, operators, do you guys have a business plan? Okay, that's the only way to operate. If you don't, we need to talk about that too. But if you have a business plan, why don't you have a social media strategy? This is just as important, and I would argue even more so. How are you going to reach your business planning goals if you don't have a strategy of how to build that business? I mean, they coincide. There is no like, oh, I'll just do one without the other. They go hand in hand. It's the yin and yang of business nowadays. Okay. Customers who feel emotionally connected to a brand are 52% more valuable than those who are just satisfied. That emotional connection. Humanize what it is you do. I will argue that none of us in this room have a very sexy business. Some's like, ooh, wow, that's hot. I really like that. I want to see more of that. Maybe you do. If you do, come talk to me afterwards. Let's have a conversation. But business is business. You're offering a service, you're offering a good, whatever that is, humanize it. It's okay to be vulnerable. Talk about a bad day. That's okay. Oh man, we really dropped the ball with this deal. This happened. Here's how we can avoid this in the future. It's okay to expose your faults because it humanizes the experience of being a business owner and operator. Does that make sense? Does that resonate with anybody at all? All right. At least some people are nodding their heads. Nobody's on their phone, right? No, there she is taking pics. I see how it is. No, it's fine. Only 1 in 5 small businesses respond to comments or DMs consistently. 20%, 80% of you are dropping the ball when you get a message or a comment on your post. Every time somebody makes a comment, good, bad, right, wrong, or indifferent, you should be responding. You should be liking it. You should be inviting them to follow your page. You should be engaging with them on their level. Okay. Again, humanize the process, humanize it. All right. 55% of consumers discover businesses through social media. Here's the secret sauce, most often through a friend's comments or shares. That's one thing that these social media algorithms are good at. If you share some post, well, we're friends on Facebook, Beth. So it might say, hey, Beth, like this. And now that business is getting indirect exposure through that engagement. And if I go through and I see that the business engaged with Beth, and then I'm like, oh, wow, this actually looks like a legitimate business. I need to check them out. Or it's somewhere local that maybe we weren't familiar with. That is huge, super important. The last one here, 70% of consumers feel more connected to a business when the owner is visible and active on social media. We got to put ourselves out there, guys. You have to understand the entire reason that we do what we do is to make money. Like, I would love to say that everybody is in here for altruistic reasons. You're not. You're here because you make money, or in theory, you want to make money. And if you want to make money, you have to have that exposure. You have to be visible to those people around you. Okay. So the ugly truth, Posting is random and rare. Your page has more cobwebs than content. Anybody feel that? Don't look down at the table. Look at me. There it is. Appreciate that. Every post is a sales pitch and it's turning people off. If all you're doing is going out there and saying, hey, come visit, 10% off. Well, the lobby's empty. We're ready to have some clients and customers. That doesn't resonate. Nothing says like, hey, I'm going to go visit this business enthusiastically when you have nobody in there. You have to humanize that experience. Be like, oh, a little quiet today. I'm going to do some experimenting in the kitchen. I'm going to make a new fancy donut. I'm going to try to do something different. Whatever that is, there's ways in which you can engage without being like, I'm so bored. Come see me. I need help. Nothing's going to resonate there. Okay. All right. No strategy, no variety. You're winging it and hoping for the best. Who feels like they're winging it sometimes? And again, I am preaching to myself as much as I'm preaching to you guys. I fall prey to this constantly. I checked one of my social media channels and I'm like, oh my God, I haven't posted anything since February. I've been consuming the content as opposed to creating the content. Consuming the content is never a bad thing. You got to know what you like. You got to see what other people and businesses are doing, but you should be creating at least 2 to 1 with what you're consuming. Engagement, crickets. Those 2 likes, hi mom, aren't driving business. And God, that's topical because it's my mom and my mother-in-law. They like all my stuff. And man, while I love that, you get it. You can take a big sigh. We need that engagement and we have to understand the ways in which we can get that engagement. Whoops. This up-down thing is going to drive me nuts. You need to label this. All right. So why it matters. Social media is not optional anymore. It is not optional. Every one of you have some type of social media account as a consumer of it, right? Everybody's either on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, could be anything, right? Everybody's on something. A dead or boring page screams, we don't care to potential customers. Have you thought about that? Not posting consistently. I'm going to hit on that every single slide. Consistently is the death rattle of a business. You might have the most successful business out there. If you do, why aren't you prioritizing social media? Talk about your wins, engage with your losses. Some of the most engaging content I've consumed has been, because I'm in the real estate business, somebody will get a bad review and then they'll screenshot that review and then they'll get on there and they'll explain their side or they'll own it. And I hate to say it, everybody loves the tea. Everybody wants to know what the problem is. Oh my God, they got a 1-star review. That's terrible. I can't wait to see what this is all about. How did they screw up? How did they engage with that? And sometimes you make a mistake. As business owners, we don't always knock it out of the park, right? Sometimes you make a mistake. It's okay to own that and say, you know what, this one's on me. Or maybe say, well, this client was an absolute psychopath and I'm glad we're done. But no matter what, any one of those answers will resonate. Okay. First impressions count. Buyers will judge your business by your last post. Just because you were really hot and heavy in social media 2 years ago, nobody's doing the eternal scroll. That's why it's important to be consistent and topical. Consistent and topical. Okay. You are not alone. It is fixable. It's not just you. 93% of small businesses struggle with social media. It is difficult. It is another hat that you have to wear when it comes to owning and operating a business. We all know this. You walk into the office in the morning, you start your coffee, you turn on the lights, fire up the computer, you're in the shop getting your stuff ready for the day, whatever that is. Social media absolutely needs to be time blocked into that day, or at least into the week at some point. It's a non-negotiable at this point, non-negotiable. The learning curve is real, but every mistake here is 100% fixable. I see so many of you with analysis paralysis. Oh my God, I can't do a video. I didn't do my makeup very well today. Oh my God, my hair doesn't look right. This lighting is terrible, fluorescent lighting. Nobody cares. Nobody cares because I can tell you right now that 10 seconds in silence that I'm going to stay in here and that half second I have to gather your attention, nobody gives a hoot. We are always so much more critical of ourselves and the content we create than somebody else. You know how many videos I posted, short form videos, reels, shorts, whatever else, where I make a mistake, I fumble over my words, I stub my toe because I have a propensity to like to pace. So I'm doing all this stuff and I walk into something, I'm like, oh my God, stupid. That's right. Hammer toes, baby. So for me, it's okay because it humanizes it. Nothing to me screams amateur hour, and I'm not calling out anybody specifically, but they get on their video and they're like, "Hi, I'm Johnny B. Good with Remax Edge, also known as the Flip Flop Agent. I'm here today." And it's like, "Oh, sweet Moses." Nobody is going to listen to that intro. Absolutely nobody's listening to that intro, with the exception of my mother and mother-in-law. So that's all well and good. But at the end of the day, you just need to jump right into it. Make the assumption they know who you are. And if they don't know who you are, they're going to investigate because you're coming in as a subject matter expert. I'm the one that knows. I'm going to talk to you about my donuts. I'm going to talk to you about electrical panels and all the crazy things that happen there. I'm going to talk to you about what needs to be done in the spring for my air conditioner to make sure that's ready to go for summer. When it comes to insurance, I'm going to talk to you about what are the things to look for with an aging roof. Could be anything. Assume that you're the subject matter expert, showcase that you are. It's a very, very simple formula, but too many of us get bogged down into the nuances of like, oh, I got to look right. And what shirt do I have on? And is my lighting good? Don't worry about it. All of us have a cell phone. Everybody wave to mine. I'm recording this for posterity's sake because, again, did it really happen if it's not on social media? That's the key. Why it matters. Wait, did I go the wrong way again? Of course I did. I really hate this thing. Big opportunities. Your customers are online and paying attention. Plenty of potential to impress. There's so much potential out there. Business is largely limitless for all of us. The point is just figuring out how to leverage it. It's so simple to just be like, oh, well, I'm not busy today. Nothing going on. If you don't have anything going on, you should take 2 hours and make a week's worth of social media content. Why not? Why aren't you? Is the question. Are you scared of what people are going to think? Somebody going to make fun of you? I bet you'll be okay. Thick skin. We're entrepreneurs. We're business owners. We're managers. This is not the end of the world. If somebody's going to make fun of me on a video, hell yeah, because they're engaging. Now they're engaging. I'm okay with that. I am absolutely okay with that. Social media is a great equalizer. A clever local business can outshine a big brand. Big brands are amazing. They do a tremendous amount of good things. But the way a big brand markets to somebody, there's no relevance there to a local market. You can consume the content, the way in which they do things, but at the end of the day, it's so much more important to think locally and act locally. I am dying over here. Holy crap. How many more minutes do I have? Huh? Perfect. Great. I'm just going to have a seat. Social media don'ts. This is what I hate. Don't ghost your page. Don't post buy now. Don't ignore your audience and don't try to master every platform. Find one, do it well, and do it. There we go. People are listening. Now we're talking. Do commit to a schedule. Back to consistency. Do show personality. It's okay. It's okay. Are you a little quirky? I am. I'm in a pink blazer and I have flip flops on to match. Being quirky is okay. Nobody cares about being quirky. They want you to be authentic. Be the person that you are. There's nothing wrong with that. And if there is something wrong with that, talk to a therapist. Do engage with your followers. Engage, engage, engage. Be consistent, but engage with them. It's okay. Make a post and then post a question in the comments. That's perfectly reasonable to do. Hey, what did you guys think about that? That's a great way to engage. Ask open-ended questions. Do learn from your results. Check what posts get the most love and do more of that. Your secret weapon, we are local. We understand the local market so much better than these larger corporations do. Okay, so focus on that. Your community roots and authenticity are marketing gold. Promise you that. Leverage your local edge. Highlight the community. Share pics from local events or shout outs to local causes. That's huge. Talk about our sports ball teams, things of that nature. Team up with nearby businesses. Collaboration, not competition. Collaborate. It is okay to find another business. I have a real estate agent that I know over in Lapeer, and we always make bets about when Lapeer is going to play Davison and whatnot. And then we have to, donate money to charity and what have you. But it's an opportunity for me to engage with a different type of market. There's a lot of value there. Make a plan. We talked about it. Business plans are imperative. If you don't have one, we need to talk about that. But make a social media strategy. Commit to it. Set reminders in your phone and on your calendar. Hey, I need to make sure that I get my posts set up this week. You can use the Meta Business Suite to schedule posts, things of that nature. Create a simple content calendar. Plan posts ahead so you're not scrambling last minute. Last minute posting is fine, but if you're using a social media strategy, you need to implement it and do it consistently. Stay consistent and engage. Keep learning and tweaking. Just because something worked doesn't mean that's the only thing you do. Just because something didn't work doesn't mean you can't try it again. The algorithms are always changing, always modifying, always adapting. Be patient and persistent. Real growth takes time, but every effort adds up. People are looking at your businesses. If you're not posting consistently, you are missing out on those clients feeling like, oh, hey, I do need to talk to them. Because they don't know. That's how they view your activity. They're not coming to your brick and mortar business. They're not necessarily going to call you. They want to know that you're active and engaged. Okay. Final thoughts. I'm always happy to talk. I do consulting for this. A quick story and then I'll be done. There was a business owner in Oakland County. He absolutely loved his business, but it was supremely unsexy. It just wasn't a sexy business. And he's like, I'm really having a hard time engaging with what we need to do. So I went down, spent a few hours with him, did some additional consulting, looking at what he had done. Well, he was also a master woodworker, like insanely good woodworking. So what he was able to do is we kind of pivoted his following to be able to watch him make a rocking chair, made a huge trestle, did all this stuff that would take months. And he was recording these videos, kind of going step by step. And he put at the bottom, this video was sponsored by his largely unsexy business. Within 12 months, he had amassed 150,000 followers on Instagram just from creating reels. Things that had absolutely nothing to do with his business, but he enjoyed it. He was passionate about it and it resonated with him, so he enjoyed speaking about it. But what did that do? That translated to his unsexy business. They were looking into it a little bit more. And then all of a sudden he was getting clients. He gets anywhere from 10 to 15 new clients a month just from doing his woodworking videos. So again, that's where I go back and say it's about your personality. It's about the engagement. Humanize your experience with the business. It doesn't have to be sales 24/7. So up there, we'll pop this QR code up at the end. If you guys want to schedule a consultation with me, hit that. You guys can schedule a consultation. I'm happy to sit down with anybody and have a conversation. I love it. I am Johnny B. Good, the Flip Flop Agent. Thank you for taking the time today.